Hey guys, Jim from Gift to Chaos here. This is the second part of painting a Nurgle Rhino. Last we left off, I did the weathering on the inside and did some pigment washes with it and stuff like that. Today I just kind of wanted to start doing some of the inners, like the inner detail, the flesh kind of hanging out, the intestines. I laid out the base coats on it. Also kind of changed it up a bit. I'm gonna do the old school death guard only because I have some of the conversion kits that I'm working on. These are Mark III Iron Armor legs with the Forge World conversion kits for the Plague Marines. Got to do some heavy chipping on it and whatnot, so I wanted them to kind of look like they were still heresy but kind of converting over to the Plague. So this is, I marked it off. I hope this turned out straighter than I think it did. It probably didn't turn out straight at all on that one side. That's alright. Not at all, actually. Crap. That's fine. That's going to be covered up with mud. You'll never notice. So this has been, last time you saw it, it was a dark green color with rust spots and all that all over it. I used US, I think it was US Light Sea Gray, I think was the color. US Light Gray Light, Model Air. And I did like a light overcoat of that, and that was over top of the heavy chipping from AK Interactive that is gonna kind of show the Death Guard Legion colors that are starting to flake off and wear off on the Rhino itself. So the insides are kind of, they're dry right now, and what I'm gonna do is, for the next step, is I'm gonna work with some washes. I like to use washes over top of the base coats to show infection and disease and decay. So what I'm gonna use is Drukai Violet, Quellia Green Shade, Bal Red, and some Agrax Earth Shade. Use those respectively in spots and stuff like that, and then I'll work my way up. Just so you know, I used Talaran Flesh and Tausept Ochre for the base coats for the flesh. And so now, for the fleshy parts, I'm gonna start off with Quellia Green Shade, which is gonna show off and make it look like it's a disgusting kind of diseased skin that's starting to really hit the decay. So I like to water it down a little bit. This is just gonna show lightly through. It looks like a lot right now, but overall it's just going to be show lightly through. And this is one, and after we bring up our layers of flesh tones. So this is a watered down Quellia Green Shade. Try not to get it on the actual model itself, the Rhino. This is accenting the Rhino, so this big patch here. Pigments are going to be used for the holes here to look like bullet holes have kind of gone through. They're also going to be bruised and whatnot. Quellia Green Shade, there's another one too, Camo Shade I think it is actually the one that I recommend the most, and I am going to hit that one up too. Probably more so than this. This is just to lay a foundation. So while we have that, I'm gonna mix in some Agrax Earthshade onto the intestines. Bring out the detail of the intestines a bit more. I hope these kind of look like they're twisted up. I know they probably could have been coiled more, but hopefully the Agrax Earthshade will kind of accentuate a little bit. This is my first trip into green stuff land, so hope you bear with me with it. But as you can see, the washes are actually starting to kind of blend in together, which is exactly what you want. We are going to build it up with more flesh tones. Graveyard Earth, I think, or Desert Yellow actually is what I mix in with mine, with the Talarn Flesh. I'm not exactly sure what the equivalent are for the new GW paints, because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of them. The shades I can tolerate, but I am not a big fan of the new paints. They say that, I remember in a White Dwarf issue, they said that they were equivalent to, the bases were supposed to be equivalent to the foundation paints, and I have yet to find an equivalent to a foundation paint that is a so-called base. So I am extremely let down. They didn't convert to the eyedroppers, which I think any smart paint company really would kind of do this day and age, but whatever. So for the intestines that's going on here, I'm going to accentuate more. Let's see. I'm going to accentuate more on the Agrax Earthshade to kind of bring it more to a decaying kind of level. I'm gonna hit the Nurgling with some Bale Tan Green as well, right after I hit this flesh part up. So Agrax Earthshade, just to kind of create more of a shade around the areas that need to be shaded. This is a fly hive, at least my attempt at making a fly hive. No, you can't see it, I'm sorry. This is a fly hive, at least my attempt on making a fly hive, so, you know, again, it's my first attempt with green stuff. If you have any tips, comments, and suggestions are more than welcome below. I will take them. I am looking to improve my green stuff skills. Alright, so before that dries, I'm going to hit it up with Bal Red. Some of the idea is to let the washes mix in with each other, and it's just like blending paint. You don't need to do it everywhere, but as you can see, you might, I hope you can see it with this. But it creates a nice blend where the colors start to make it look more and more sickly as we go along. The red I like to use more in spots because of, you know, not for... Alright, so now we're going to move on to adding some purple, which is great for bruising, which isn't Leviathan purple, but it's Trukai Violet. I keep thinking Trukai Violet for some reason is the blue. This purple is my favorite. You mix that with the red, and and it creates such a nice contrast with each other. It blends in, really starts to make it look like a, actually I shouldn't say contrast, they help accentuate each other very well. But it makes the skin look like it's beat up so bad. Intestines have a nice tendency to be kind of see-through when you look at them, and adding some color that way, fecal matter and stuff like that, which is cool. That's one way you can go about it. So there's some beat up flesh. It's kind of showing up here. I'll mix in some purple with the little guy here too. Do it underneath. You can kind of see underneath here what I'm doing. Blend it and take it on up to the red. Put it on his butt. Sorry guys, I'm still kind of learning how to paint and videotape at the same time with the equipment that I have. Some nice bruised skin, intestines. If you guys have any suggestions on what you'd like to see, I am open to it. I do like to share any kind of wealth of knowledge that I have. Been painting for a long time, and I've been teaching people how to paint off and on. I do take commissions, so I do a lot of commission painting. So there we have it. Let those dry, and then what we're gonna do next is the chipping on the side of the vehicle here. I hope the rear has dried off a bit, just enough. I used a different kind of, I used a Model Master acrylic for the green. It's actually a German color for tanks that I had floating around somewhere. And that's what I used. So that is part 2. No, I'm lying, it's not part 2. Those will dry, and then I'll come back and we'll highlight it up again and make it look like flesh again. Take a little bit of the starkness away from the washes and stuff like that. Alright, and we'll be back.